Welcome to Community Energy Services. Thank you so much for taking your time to come join us today. Go ahead and drop the kids off at the free childcare, grab your cookie, and take a seat. Tonight, you're in good company. Thousands of Minnesotans have already become part of Community Energy Services, and they're having a great time. But you don't have to take my word for it, because here are a few to tell you all about it. So there's just one setting to remember for your programmable thermostat.
We got involved in the workshop, getting an email that said that there is a workshop that could help you make your house more energy efficient.
We wanted to figure out the most cost-effective way to save energy.
The workshop was very knowledgeable, very informational.
And it was a very easy environment. The people were very professional. We sat and watched a presentation and signed right up.
You know, I went into the workshop thinking, I actually honestly thought it might be a waste of my time because I have had experience in the environmental field. I feel like I'm sort of environmentally energy conscious, and it was really great. I went in, they checked us in. The presenter was this young woman who was just very engaging.
And we all have those rooms, don't we? Where if you're in there and all the lights are off and it's pitch black, you have 6 little red beady eyes just staring at you. That is your phantom load room.
Especially the stuff about I think they called it phantom power, something, I don't know. Phantom loads. I really appreciated the practicality of everything they talked about.
It was very lighthearted and fun, and she made a presentation that was really well done and spoke to people. It wasn't a boring kind of long lecture kind of thing.
Thank you.
I went thinking that I probably knew everything that I was going to learn, and I have to say, as a really informed consumer, I actually learned quite a bit at the workshop about easy ways to save energy.
So before we start, the most important thing to know is how our homes use energy, because this is going to be your guide to where to start and how to prioritize actions.
We decided to do this because a friend of ours was doing it in her house, and she said they were going to save a lot of money on their energy bill. Also because we're planning a remodel, and we thought it would be good to have the information before we started the remodel.
The people were excellent. They were very down to earth. They talked to people, answered questions, and
they made it really fun.
Right.
Very fun for the people that came by.
Does anyone have a bright idea of what number 2 is? Yeah, that was one of the jokes. They will get better, I promise.
Are interested in the Ready, Set, Go, which Ashley had mentioned earlier, and
They made it really easy for me to sign up to have a home visit, which was great.
And of course, all this is setting up our wonderful home energy visit. But don't just take my words for it. Listen to what some past participants have had to say.
The process is fairly simple, and it doesn't take a lot of time.
So here's our supply shelf where we keep all of our bulbs. So here's just a couple examples of the bulbs that we'll install in the house. Here's a spiral bulb, the typical style of the compact fluorescent that you see. This is an A-line. So it basically has the style of an old incandescent. So if you have a lamp shade that clips onto the bulb, this would work in that situation. They're also a little more decorative. Here's a globe style. This is typically what you would see in a bathroom, a bathroom vanity. Then we also have floods. They're all gonna save you energy on the bill and use quite a bit less electricity than the old incandescents. And these are all free, all included in the initial copay.
let's just start here in the living room. We can go through this whole level.
Okay.
And then upstairs. Then we'll head downstairs.
All right.
And we'll finish up by installing any products. Well, I like people to feel comfortable during the visit, and it's never nice to feel uncomfortable, especially in your own house. And we're not trying to criticize what people, how people's behaviors are. We're just trying to help them tweak them, improve them, so they can be saving some money in their pocketbook and also doing something good for the environment. But a gap like that could cause some ice damming issues because it's just traveling right up and having the snow melt. And so he's testing to make sure that it's drafting properly and the levels of carbon monoxide that it's producing aren't high. So it's fine to use the compact fluorescents if it's just covered.
Okay.
Or recessed like the ones downstairs, but not both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the situation that you have. There's insulation underneath the floorboards, about 8 inches, which is about an R24.
Okay.
And we like to see about an R50.
Okay.
So basically doubling what you have now. With the rebates that are available, I definitely wouldn't do it on your own. You can do it this year. I would highly recommend that just because you can get the tax credit.
I was a little nervous about having people come to my house and inspect my house, but both of the members of the team that came were really great and professional. They gave me a lot of answers to questions I had and a lot of information, and they replaced a lot of bulbs for me.
You're at a 1.7, so it's definitely on the leaky side. So the leakiest house I've ever seen is a 3.
All right.
So you definitely, definitely not that bad, but I still think you can tighten up quite a bit more.
I think people tend to be surprised that we aren't more hard-edged with them, maybe criticizing their behaviors more. We try not to do that. We try to, just encourage good behavior. And I think people are oftentimes also surprised that their house isn't quite as leaky or drafty as they thought it would be. They seem to be really impressed with the level of services that we provide, and they also seem to be really thankful that maybe the things that they were thinking of working towards have been reiterated to them, and that we help prioritize those goals so they know what their next step is.
I was nervous at first, but they make it very comfortable, and it's it's low key. They walk around with you and they explain everything, and it's really nice.
We just walk in and we tell them we're going to try to give them some energy saving ideas, and we're not there to judge their energy use. We're just there to try to give them some opportunity to save some money. That's something we would have put a section on today, but good to see you already have it on there.
Good. Okay.
So this first few feet of hot water pipe is the most critical section of heat loss.
Right there?
Right here, because even when you're not calling for hot water, you still get a convective looping here with hot water just rising.
Yeah, I'm checking the hot water temp for the water heater. We check the setting to see what it's at, but then we also confirm it with the actual temperature of the water here.
1142, and then we go minute.
I learned how to use my thermostat, and maybe a couple other things, but I learned how to set it. So it's you just learn things from them.
We're coming out to try to give the homeowners not only a few small things they can do to save some money and some energy in their home, but we'll make recommendations of where to start and focus their time and their energy. So we'll try to prioritize for them and give them their best option for energy savings. There are a couple loan programs going on that you could access through our company if needed. And then starting here, you'll see there's some rebates from Excel, and on the backside, CenterPoint.
I needed some work, which they said 1,100 to 1,400 on the the installation. With all the rebates, I'm practically getting it free. And you know, I know people call me the coupon queen, but it helps a lot with the rebates. So I can't really wait to get it done.
Yeah, most people are pretty excited, so it's fun when they're motivated and excited to have us there, and that we know we're helping them.
When I'm doing a home visit, I like to share my personal experiences with people to let them know that I am fighting the same battles. I'm not doing everything perfect myself, so we're here to help them find out what they can do, what's going to work best for their situation.
And this little screw there, you can see that? That is what determines the orientation of the damper.
John is an amazing example of people that have done so much. I was really impressed by him and his family and all of the measures that they've already taken and their commitment, and that's really encouraging.
They were very friendly, very efficient, very knowledgeable. They didn't impose themselves on me. They always asked questions first before doing something to make sure it was okay with me. I found them quite pleasant and professional.